Alright guys, quite a few people have asked for my level 1 deck profile, and I will not be showing you the side deck for it because I believe that everybody's side deck should be different. It should be based upon your locals or your regionals or what you think that the deck is weak at and so forth. You know, if you watch all my side deck tech videos, you'll see a lot of things that I think are good for every side deck, so maybe base it off a lot of that stuff. This deck does not, how do I say it? It does not side as well as some others. You know, you mess with the formula too much and it kind of gets off. So your magic and trap in your side deck should be what you focus on, not a lot of monsters. I would put, you know, like two Keiko, whatever, in the side, and 2 DD Crow, because you can take out, because DD Crow is level 1, it is a dark, so it helps your chaos. I would have those in there. Max C, maybe 1, 2 if you can fit it, but the problem is taking out stuff from Max C is hurtful, depending on how you play. Maybe 1 Max C. You know, System Down, Leech in the Light could go in here. Whatever. I mean, you know, and you should run quite a bit of back row traps, Chain Disappearance, and so forth, because the things that hurt the deck, I'll just start off with that. King Tiger, Power Filter, Chain Disappearance, Deck Devastation, things like that. So, you know, that's as much info as I can give you without just sitting here for 15 minutes of ranting. So I'm going to move some of this off to the side because of how big the, there's 25 monsters, quite a large monster count. So start off with your BLS. You're running a Chaos deck. You should have BLS and everything. So I'm going to put it up here. Actually, I'm going to put it down here so you guys can see it a little better. Gores and Trag for protection. You could try 2 Trag. I don't think you need it because you run 3 Battle Fader. You do run 2 Chaos Sorcerer. Like I said, this is a Chaos deck. You've got your 3 Chaos monsters here. It runs 3 Caius, and it does very well with 3 Caius. And here's another reason why. It runs 2 Cyber Dragon, which is never bad. It's a light, it's powerful. Sangan is an obvious choice, I think. It's dark, it's a searcher. It helps you grab your YuGiOh or your Mystic Piper, or let's say you're in a bad spot, somebody attacks you with Sangan, you're up against the wall, you grab Battle Fader, and then when they attack you again, you've got something to stop it. It's, you know, better than Karibo. Your basis, a lot of people won't run this, but you need to run this card. I know it's a wind, I know it's a machine, it doesn't really help you in a lot of ways. But guys, once you understand this card's effect, you will run it. It's a 1-star tuner, but you have the option of changing its level based upon how many cards are in your hand. So it's a level 1. Let's say you have 3 cards in your hand. It adds 3 more stars, 3 more levels to the card. So it can be a I've had it be a 7-star tuner before, and tune with like a Treeborn for an 8-star Scrap Dragon, Stardust, whatever, you know, whatever you want to choose. It helps you make your Trishula very easily. He is very important. You run your 3 YuGiOhs. You gotta run 3. As you can see, I do my order and order of attack, so do whatever you want. Treeborn is more powerful than you could ever realize. I know it's a water, but it keeps consistency. It helps you with your glow up bulb and some other things to help you get into your Formula Synchron or your Dragonfly, which I'll explain later. 1 glow up bulb, of course. 2 Pipers. A lot of people run 3. Even my buddy that I play with, he and I kind of came up with the deck together. He runs 3 and he does okay. So I just noticed that I don't need 3. Once I get 1 in the grave, my Kinko, I just keep recycling. It's not real hard. So I only run 2 because I like to have room for other stuff. 3 Faders, gotta run 3. 1 Unknown Synchron, which is kind of a tech card, but it is very good. It is a tuner, I know it doesn't say that. And 2 Effect Veilers, also tuner. Okay, here's some reasons why. This is like a Cyber Dragon. If you don't have any cards in your field, you know, you special summon it. It's a dark, it's a tuner, it's a 1-star. I shouldn't really have to explain more than that. It's very good. It's a lot better than you think. I didn't run it for a long time. I ran DD Sprites, which are also a 1-star tuner, but they're lights. I just find that I seem to have plenty of darks in the grave and not enough lights, and so DD Sprite I liked a little better, but it's just not as hard to get those lights in the grave since you're running veilers. If you want, maybe you could try taking this guy out for a third veiler. So there's different ways to play with it. This is my setup. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scoop all this crap up so we can get to the next. I will tell you though that this deck is not an autoplay. It doesn't auto run by itself. You have to think about what you're doing. You have to make those correct decisions, and you have to definitely play with it for a little while to kind of figure it out. It is also very, very fun. So, you know, I think that should factor in a lot to if you want to play this deck. I'm not even talking about these. These are staples, guys. This deck does not run hardly any back row, so they usually get destroyed quickly, so you want to run 3 MSTs to try to destroy their MSTs. I know that sounds kind of weird, but alright, so there's all your staples. This is a choice of mine, a lure. It is not something I have 100% being sold on, but I do think you should try it to see how you like it. Run lots of darks, run more darks than lights. I don't mind removing a dark. I've even removed Kinko Bayou quite a few times. And like got it back with Levier, even though that's only happened once or twice. 1 for 1, it's a level 1 deck. You'd be crazy not to run it. And it helps to pitch stuff to the grave, so that's it's probably the most powerful card in the deck. And I wish I could run Sarko to search for it. 3 creature swaps. This is probably one of the strongest cards in the deck. Those that have watched me play the deck have seen when I Mystic Piper, I seem to draw these a lot, and I'm kind of sometimes not upset, but just kind of you know, annoyed because they are really good, but they're only at their peak potential when they can be like you summon Kinko Bayou, bring out Mystic Piper, stack off Piper, reveal your top, hopefully get a level 1 and then draw again, and then creature swap your Kinko Bayou with hopefully a more powerful monster, you know, maybe not a searcher, hopefully something good, and then you don't attack with the monster you got. You never attack unless you're going to win the game, or you have another Kinko Bayou in hand, or Monster Reborn, or something. It would have to be a major tactical advantage. So what you do is you let your Kinko Bayou, because he is a spirit, he bounces back to your hand at the end phase, and so they're minus a monster. So very powerful card. You know, you can use it with Sengen. You can use it with you know, Treeborn Frog. I've done quite a few times. I think you've seen. I'll put Treeborn Frog in attack mode and steal their monster and attack my stuff. So it doesn't always have to be Kinko Bayou, but Kinko Bayou is one of the meanest things you can do. Scapegoat, we just started playing a while ago. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. I didn't like it, but your field presence is not always, you usually don't have more than 2 monsters on the field. So this is a very good card with the fact that you, hopefully, if you don't have a Battle Fader in hand, you know, you're not going to have a lot of monsters. So you know, Scapegoat's fantastic because you can bring back your bulb, you can summon that unknown synchron out of your hand or whatever and start making formula, and formula can sync into the rest of them and make Catastrophe or something else. So there's some major pluses with this, plus it's obvious protection, and you have to run Foolish Burial. You absolutely have to, because you want to get that Mystic Piper in the grave quickly, or that Treeborn. Treeborn is a lot of times the choice. I know that you guys saw me play a different version with Disc Commander. That was just a fun day, you know. I would never normally bury something besides Treeborn or Piper. So there are your magics, and you'll run 4 traps: Mirror Force, Torrential, and 2 warnings. Pretty basic. This card has become one of my new MVPs. It has saved me, I can't even tell you how many times. The other day I was playing Samurai, and once I get those videos uploaded, hopefully you'll see the guy had 4 Samurais on the field, and he just played a Citizen to bring out the 4th, and then I torrentialed. I would have been dead without it. So, you know, it's not chainable to MST or whatever, but I love it. Call the Haunted really doesn't help that much in this deck. You have Sengen, but nothing else really is, I mean, you know, maybe you could bring out one of your Synchros or something, but I've never found a real use for it. It does not do well with a bunch of traps because you run Treeborn. So I can't stress enough how important Treeborn is. Let's dive right into my Synchros and get this video over with. It's probably pretty long. Trish, because of, what's his name? Basis, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Very good against Gravekeepers, Dark World, whatever. And this guy's also a major MVP, Ancient Sacred Wyvern. It requires a light tuner, which is usually Veiler. I think that's actually the only one, so it was Veiler. But Kinkobayu can bring out Veiler, and he's not that hard to make. So, Orient Dragon, I'm trying him out over Gaia Knight, so that can be played with a little bit. Brio, Catastrophe, those are staples. Android's pretty awesome. There's times where he's much better, and he's a light to help you get those lights in the grave. Another good light is Armory Arm, and the reason you run Armory Arm is this. You run Formula, which is another light, and you actually run Dragonfly. I know that seems crazy because he's horrible. He has no good effect, but sometimes you need to get that card off the field, or I've actually seen a lot of times where you use your Scapegoats to bring out Formula and then Dragonfly and then sync those for the arm, make some pluses, get some lights in the grave and help you out. Right now I'm trying out one Galaxy Queen just to try it out. I could always put Gaia Knight back in. I could run a second of some of this stuff, whatever. So that's a personal choice. And I'm just, I haven't played the deck in a while as the way it usually is, so who knows, she may be horrible. And then of course you got to run Chimera Tech because you're running 2 Cyber Dragons, and Karakuri is abundant. So, alright guys, if you have any questions, feel free to PM me. I will not tell you anything else about the side, not because I don't want to, just because you really need to start, thinking for yourself and using your imagination. So, there's my deck profile. Hope you guys liked it. Hope it gives you some crazy ideas. This deck is more fun than I can even stress. Playing those creature swaps, upsetting your opponent, just being kind of a butthead and being hard to play against is always fun. And, you got 3 Kaias, 2 Chaos Sorcerers, and BLS. You're going to be removing a lot more than people are used to. And most people do not put Imperial Ironwall on their side. So, it's just great. Like I said, you should think about Kaiku in your side. And maybe even try a Thunder King or something and let me know how it goes. I'd like to hear back from you. Take care, guys. Please don't forget to thumbs up, and I would love it if you would favorite this video to get more of your people that look at you to see that I have, level 1 Mystic Piper deck. We've been playing with this deck from, I'd say, the beginning of 2011. It's been, as soon as these cards, a lot of these came out, and it's just gotten better with the ban list in September with BLS, and now it's just getting to its height of what it can do. So, and don't forget to check out that Bolt is in the next set, and it's also going to help this deck, I think, quite a bit. So, later, guys.